All right, welcome back, guys. This is osmosis, and let's look into gold for this week, and let's see what we have for gold this week. We all know that this month we've seen a lot of rejection in this zone for gold, and gold is looking like it's coming for a monthly higher low, because from this zone we've seen a lot of sellers selling gold, and presently it looks like June is going to close below. This is April, May and June. So since April there's been a lot of fights from sellers, and sellers has been intensively selling gold. There's been a lot of back and forth. You can see from this zone we've seen a lot of back and forth of selling opportunities. So now if this guy closes bearish, then I can say this is our higher high, because I've not seen any price higher than this present price. So I believe this guy is our higher high now, as price has failed to extend above this zone. So this is a pin bar. If you see, this is a confirmation for sellers to come into the game, but this is a higher time frame, so this is a confirmation to sell out to this zone, which is a good one. My stop loss will be below the, yes. So this just signifies that on the monthly zone there's high probability we are coming down to 2008, as 2008 was our significant higher highs before. Let me increase this to like 4. Yes, this was our previous higher high at 2008. So we possibly see a return to that zone. So let's go in, and this week was sales, even if higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher lows. And what do we have? We see that we have strong sales setups from this week, and now we closed the week in an evening star. Remember, last week we closed morning star. We were expecting this guy to come out and tap into this area, but instead we have price failed to close above this zone, and this is something we are currently looking forward to see what will be the next possibilities for price. And the way I'm saying things, I'm really bearish. I'm really bearish on gold, as we can see this is a takeover from buys. This is sales, buys takeover, sales takeover, and we might continue to see sales in the nearest week. So one thing I'm looking forward to is, let's say we have 1, 2 trend, 1, 2 trend. So this trend has now been violated by this guy, which signifies that all buyers are out. I'm not interested in buying again. From what I'm seeing here, I'm not interested in buying again. Just going to wait for sell opportunities, and I'm going to grind the market with these sell opportunities, because these are the previous lows, lower low, lower low, lower low. Now the immediate low has taken out of shape. So let's go down to daily, and let's rearrange what we have on the daily. You know, there was a lot of zones in my daily, so I need to clean up my zone. Last week on the daily, I was expecting price to react in this zone, and price took out this zone. You can see price came, looked as a reaction, and boom. I know price will still use this place as a continuation for sale. We'll possibly have something like this to possibly sell, but all the same, I'm cleaning out on all these zones so that my chart can remain clean. I want to take out a lot of zones as possible. Now looking at here, we have this shooting star, one rejection. We have this evening star, two rejection. Now we have this here as a 3 rejection, meaning that 3004 on gold is the rejection zone. This is the zone that rejected everybody. The first rejection came here, inverted hammer. The second rejection here, evening star, and the third rejection came here. This is more like a bearish engulfing. So price rejected these areas, and we have a good rejection in this area, which was a good one. I'm so impressed with the way it's looking. I'm really impressed, yeah, with the way it's going. And I can say vividly that price has changed its course. In fact, let's say something here. This is higher low, right? So this is the previous higher low here. So this is higher high. Let me clone this guy. Higher high here. Now we are having, let me clone. Lower low. So if we have a lower low here, then I should be expecting something okay, I'm having one trade on my Naira accounts, and it looks like the trade is about to hit SL. Feel free. Okay, so what do we have? We have okay, this is lower low, lower low, lower high is supposed to be here, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this means that this, from here we have a new trend here. We have a new trend here, and price broke out of the trend down here. We got a rejection continuation, but this trend is not visible enough for me on daily, so I have this trend on 4-hour, because when price started to reject from here, this was the major moves it made. So higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs. So this trend here was broken. This trend here was broken here, which I was not, I didn't really know that last week that was it. I was still expecting this last demand to do a little push down to this zone, but I didn't observe that we have this rejection here. So I have rejection 1 here, daily rejection 1. I have this here, daily rejection 2, and I have this as daily rejection 3. So I'll still use 2 and possibly a hit here. Yeah. So I have 3 turn in this game here. 1, 2, 3. And this third one should take out this last month. So presently, I'm looking at this guy here as my possible interest. This is where I'm interested in to take profit. I'll be looking at price to sell off down to the zone, but we just made a new lower low, so possibly enough we should make a new lower high to continue this bearish trend, as we just made a new lower low. This low is lower than this low, so we just made a new lower low. Now if that's the case, let me check for my trend base to see where my possible you can see my target is set. My possible sell zone will be from this area, and the candle I'm seeing here is this doji candle here. So I'll be looking at this area. All the same, this candle here signifies a change of direction, drop, base, drop, base, drop. So this area should be a liquidity that should be taken out, and price should come back into this zone to sell off. So I'll be looking for sell setups in this area. My stop loss should be above that place because price likes to play low, and I will target this area for gold on 4-hour. So thank you. So this is what I'll be looking at for inducements. I can say this is an inducement, we're go to a lower time frame. So this now this is just 2 ways. Price sometimes have its way of doing things. Price sometimes may not come as far as coming into this place. Price may begin selling off as of Monday and will target this low, take out this low before coming back for a lower high, and it might not come down to this area. But for planning sake, this is my plan for this week. I would love to see if price can come back to this area, and if price don't come back, no big deal, no big deal. I'm just going to look for sell setups. So let me go down to 4-hour. Let me look for my trend from 4-hour, and let's see. So looking at 4-hour, I like to see it from my line view. You can see it's a little bit more clearer from my line view because this was my first touch. It ends here. Price came back to this touch and failed to make the touch. We broke out. There was a high here that was supposed to be a resistance here that was supposed to be a support. It failed to be a support and it came back to be a resistance. This support failed to be a resistance also, and it came to be a resistance. So these were the zones that I used for my entry last week. These were the zones that I used for my entry, and these rejections were from 1 hour time frame. So presently, because price has broken out from this ascending channel, I'm not expecting price to come back to the zone. It's of two ways. Price decides which one it wants. But for me, I feel like price should come and take out my 100% target, which is this last man here. This last man here should be my target. And if price wants to come, price is free, I will look out for this area. This was the area that we had the issues of expecting price to continue the buy trend. After price broke out here, we're expecting price to hold this zone and continue the buy trend. And this zone failed us, and this zone was turned into a sell zone, and it continued like that. So if price wants to come back for a major sell, price should come back to this area where we have a lot of orders piled up in this zone. Price should come back to this zone, and this zone also interacts with daily zone, signifying that on a daily we have a lot of orders inside here that push price and change the daily trend from a bullish order to a bearish order. So this was where the trend changed from continuation of this buy to sell. So this is where the change of character happened. And if price should come back into the zone, I'll patiently wait to see a change of character setup, meaning price has to change from correcting to continuation, then I'll look for sell setup. But in all, we have this week to look at this zone. This zone is the zone 3120 is our major zone to look out for, and price should take out this zone. Why? Because ascending channel rules simply means once price breaks out and retests, the target should be here. So let's say we break out, and let me look for the retest. The retest is this last candle here, which is my sell is this zone here, and my target will be here. So I won't be expecting that price will come back into this zone. That was why I was saying that daily setup is a little bit okay, but because of this ascending channel, I'm not expecting price to come back into this zone, whereas this zone is a good zone. But I believe price should take out this low first before price coming back to this zone. So this week I'm looking for continuation setup, and the continuation setup is on this area. If price can revisit this area, then we can continue the zone. Why? Because price used this area as a support before breaking it, so it should use it as a resistance to continue to break this zone, and we should continue to see more sell setups. So in this area, I'm still looking for sell setups, just that price has used this zone before as a support. He used it as a resistance. He used this zone as a support. So the next zone for me should be inside this area. This shooting star or this hammer candle should be my sell area. I should see price come into this area and form a bearish candle for me to push price further to the zone and continue the trend like that. Okay guys, I think that's that for gold this week. This is just my own personal view for gold, and let's see how it comes around this week. And this is not a financial advice, guys. As always, it's not. This is just my own perspective, and this is just what I feel. So risk at your own pace and enjoy your week. See you guys next week. Bye for now. Something came to my mind. What if this price starts to buy? Wow, that's a good one. If this time starts to buy, then I want to see that we have taken out this trend here. Let me change this trend here to something like, yeah. I want to see that we've taken out this guy. Once we are also, this guy is of 2 years, so this is the second guy here. So once we confidently break out of these guys, break out of this second guys, just know that I'm done selling. I'll wait to see a confirmation in this zone and start selling. I think that's just the little observation that can switch price to a buy setup for me, but presently price is in a sell setup as price has fully taken over, and you can see we are going in for more sales in the inverted. For those that don't know how I invert my chart, is only Alt and I pressed together. Alt plus I will turn the chart around in whichever way you want it. So sometimes I like to see my chart in the opposite direction, as I will always show you guys. And see you guys during this week, and have an amazing week, guys. Bye for now. See you.